You buy a new shoe, you must post. You get a new house, you must post. A new car you're saving for, you have to post. You certainly should not post everything. Sometimes I look at people who are always chore, and I want to ask, is there even a mistake about you? Now, certain people will say they are being open, but there's a difference between being open and being naked. Because even in the real sense of it, we look at people who go outside their house naked as, mentally deranged or something. You're not okay. Now, this is how saying too much about your private life makes you look. Maybe oversharing is different from actual nakedness, but there's not much difference. Surely there has to be certain things that you never see. Be mysterious to some level. Let people wonder, what is it about this girl? Let them wonder about certain things that you haven't said yet. I see being mysterious as fun. Not borderline, but to some level. I like to have people wonder, what is it about this girl? What's going on with her? And they just are not able to place it. Now, those headaches that people who cannot mind their business go through trying to figure out things about this girl. This one, she's always at home. Is she going to work? Is she working remotely? I saw her wearing corporate shoes. I saw her wearing corporate shoes on Thursday. Does it mean she works on site? Where does she work? What does she do? Where's she always going to? Now, one of the merits of subscribing to this kind of life is that it breeds a whole new level of respect, like a special kind of respect that you get from people. Now, proven fact, the less people know about you, the more they tend to hold you in high esteem, like up to this level. Sharing everything about yourself is not wrong, but know this, even the simplest empathetic information you give to people about you today can be used against you tomorrow. People don't really care that much. Now, the worst thing about this oversharing thing is the fact that you're the one that is giving the license to people to use stuff against you. I think I would not feel as worse as I would feel if people found out something about me I did not say with my mouth. But then most importantly, everything depends on what you're sharing exactly and to whom you're sharing. Now, let's say, for example, I am trying to buy a car. This information is with time going to run into more and more pieces of information. Because from the first instance, I want to buy a car. Then I have to save up money to buy this car. Next, I start saving to buy this car. Then I am done saving and it's time to buy the car. So I go buy the car and now I have the car. Now, which of these series of information do you think I may want to share to the public? I know a lot of people who will share everything step by step from the beginning. From wanting to buy this car, they're going to say it, they're going to post it, they're going to hold a podcast about it. They're going to tell everybody, oh, I want to buy this car. And then when they start saying, to when they go buy the car, to when they actually bought the car, everybody is going to know about everything that went on. But I think it would give me more pleasure if people actually see me driving this car, like someday very sure. And people are actually wondering, when did she buy this car? Matilda is not driving a car. Now, that thing about mistakes, it's fun. It's fun. I love to be mysterious. Not borderline, like I said before, but I like to be mysterious to some point. If people wondering what's going on in her life, how did she do this? From where to where? When did it start? I love it. Now, away from all the fun that being mysterious can be, most of your private information that you share can include your weaknesses, your fall, your shame, your vulnerability. I can never get to understand why you put that out for the world to munch on. Why? Now, these are 5 things I do not support you should share with the public. Number 1, your future plan. You see those things you're planning to do, they deserve their own private moment to be able to grow into actualization. Many times, talking about things you want to do too much might trick your brain into believing that things have already been done. So it basically just reduces your drive to take action. And then there's this one that happens to me every time. If I get to share my plan with people, it never works out. I don't know why it happens to me. It won't work. I don't know, but somehow it just invites a lot of obstacles. And I tend not to do what I plan to do. But you see those ones I keep to myself. Before I know what's happening, I've done everything. Maybe because sharing too much just makes one vulnerable to so many opinions. Everybody wants to have their say with what you're sharing. There might be inference at some point, there will be sabotages and all of that. Of Of course, we all know that negative feedback can tend to demotivate you. So why are you sharing exactly? Keep it to yourself. Number two, fears and past mistakes. It depends on who you're sharing with and in what context. But shall know that most people will use the information against you. People listen and they judge like mad. They listen and they judge. Know that. Gone are those days with all the empathy and everything. These days, when you do something crazy, people are going to judge you, not minding what you felt wearing those shoes. Even people who have never worn your shoes before are going to judge you. They're going to exploit your weaknesses and they're going to shame you for your stupidity. You know, some stories we hear about people and we're like, how did this person do this? Were you not thinking at that point? You are so stupid. How did you do this? They've never been in your shoes. They don't know how exactly you felt when that happened, but they just tend to judge you based on their normality. People who have never worn those particular garments. Now, if you share this in a place like where you work, you see that people will start losing trust in you when it comes to decision making. Because they'll be like, if you could do something like this 10 years ago, there is every probability and tendency that you're going to do it again. You can't handle this particular decision making. That is what you get when you spill too much. I don't know how you guys go about sharing stuff about yourself, but please, whatever you do not take that private information to social media. Social media is like a permanent plaster. There is no taking it out. Most times, even when you delete it, it is in the brains of your audience. You know something about the public? They never forget bad information and they often embrace bad information more. So when it comes to something that is so bizarre that you did sometime in the past, that makes you appear in a very foolish way, it sticks to their heads. People don't forget those kind of information. If you post the good things in your life, they might forget. But you see those dark ones that you post or that you say, people will never forget. And then when it comes to social media, beware of screenshots. Because sometimes you actually post, it happened to me before. You actually post something and then you go back to realize and minutes later, your brain tends to tell you that what you posted shouldn't have been posted. You didn't have to post that. Or maybe someone tells you, someone calls your attention to it. You shouldn't have posted that. And then you go back to deleting. Trust me, even if you posted it 5 minutes ago, there is every tendency that people will have taken screenshots of it. And you know what screenshots do? They fly. They fly higher than birds. So you don't want to put yourself in that situation. I'm actually a very active Facebook poster. But most times when I want to post stuff, I read what I have written and about to post for 4 to 5 times just to make sure that I am not making a mistake and trying to overshare. Or I just ask myself, are you sure are you sure this is something I can post? Because I need to be sure. Because social media, it can mess with you. It really can mess with you. Number three, negative opinions about other people. I don't know, let's just leave big grammar, gossip responsibly. That's just all it means. I know most people say that we all gossip. I don't know how true that is. But whatever you're doing, talking about the faults of others, talking some negativity about some people, just know who you say them to, how you say, where you say, so how many ears are listening. Because basically, people will say, we all gossip, but it's not cool to go about creating hate between yourself and people. You could have a negative opinion about somebody that has never had an encounter with you, someone you do not even know personally. It happens to so many of us. It happens to so many of us. You just see somebody and you already have a negative opinion about them. Mind you, you must not even say every negative opinion you have about somebody. Because I can't say we can stop ourselves from feeling negative about people. We can't stop that. It comes naturally. You see somebody, you don't like this about them, you can just keep it to yourself. You don't need to mention. But then when you have to say, when you have to be vocal about the negative opinions you have about people, you need to be careful about that. Okay? You need to be careful about that because for all that we know, it's not even cool to have a vocal opinion over someone else's life. It's not in your place to do that. Number four, people that you have been intimate with. I don't think that piece of information can change climate or it can make Nigeria better. There's nobody that needs that information. If we go Google the number of people that ask you that question, we're not going to find answers. Nobody asks. Keep that piece of information to yourself. At least until you find somebody who actually deserves to know about that. Or else, just keep it to yourself. It's not important. Number 5, your financial information. You certainly don't want people taking advantage of you, asking for loans and all of that, or having people monitor your spending habits so they can have an opinion on your money making decisions. You don't want that. At the end of the day, just keep it enclosed. Allow people quiver, let their brain work. Allow people quiver, let them have headaches. It's healthy. Let them have headaches. It's not like deliberately give people headaches. Now, at the end of the day, be safe out there. Deliberately give people headaches. Don't just go open your life for public consumption. That is not cool. That, I don't know, it reduces your speed. Should I use speed? It reduces your speed. It brings your level from here to down here. Don't do that to yourself. We don't need to know that shit about you. We certainly do not need to know. So I hope that you learned to zip up from today. I understand that some people do not even know when they tend to spill. They just talk. They just find themselves talking. Now, this is what you can do when you feel the urge to talk. Because I know that some people just naturally have borehole tendencies. They don't even know when they spill it out. Don't respond immediately. When someone asks you a question, you don't have to respond immediately. You can take a deep breath, okay? Feel your breath inside of you. Then you can find the perfect response to give to them. It doesn't have to be immediately. And your response also doesn't have to be fast. You can speak monosyllabically in some certain situations and it is allowed. Just so you do not find yourself talking too much or saying more than you should say. Number 2, once the conversation is beginning to get tacky, excuse yourself and walk out of that environment. And number 3, sometimes when you are in the group, just shut up and listen. It's not compulsory that you must talk. It's not compulsory that you must give in your input to every talk that's been had or to every conversation. Sometimes just listen to people. So yeah, we have come to the end of the video. If you're a new subscriber, I am sending you e-kisses. Thank you so much. And to all of my returning subscribers, oh my god, I love you so much. You go out there and win, and also remember to be kind to yourself.